Hey everyone, and welcome back to Lungo Wave Podcast. Today, we are going to learn how to talk about yourself in English. I'm Emma.
And I'm William. So glad you're joining us today. This is the place where we break down real, everyday English, one conversation at a time. No jargon, just practical stuff you can actually use.
Exactly. And today, we're tackling one of the most common, and for a lot of us, one of the most nerve-wracking questions in any language. Tell me about yourself. You hear it in interviews, at parties, in class, on a first date, pretty much anywhere you meet someone new.
Yeah, and it's so easy to just freeze, right? Your mind goes blank. Do I start with my name? They already know my name. Do I tell them my life story? Probably not. So we're going to make this simple, break it into bite-sized pieces, and give you a template you can adapt for any situation.
And we want you to practice with us. So wherever you are, maybe you're commuting, doing the dishes, or just relaxing, try to say the sentences out loud with us. It makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. Interaction is key. And if you find this helpful, you know the drill. It really, truly helps us out if you hit that subscribe button and like this video. It lets us know what you want more of. And sharing it with a friend who's also learning, that's the ultimate compliment.
So, let's dive in. Tell me about yourself, William. If I walked up to you at let's say a casual networking event and said that, what's the first thing you'd say?
Okay, well, at a networking event, the context is professional-ish, but not super formal. So I wouldn't launch into my full resume. I'd probably start with my name, obviously, but then immediately connect it to what I do in a simple way. Like, hey, I'm William. I'm one of the hosts of this English learning podcast, actually. See? It's an anchor. It tells you who I am in this context.
I love that. An anchor. That's a great word for it. It grounds your answer. For me, I might say, I'm Emma. I'm really passionate about teaching English, which is why I started this podcast. It's short, it's true, and it opens the door for the other person to ask more.
Right, so step one is always current context. Who are you right now in this situation? A student, a designer, a podcast host, a parent? It doesn't have to be your job title. It can be your role. I'm a new student here, or I'm a friend of Sarah's.
Perfect. But you can't just stop there, or it becomes an interview. You need to add a little color. That's step 2. Add a detail or a spark. William, give me that first line again and add a spark.
I'm William. I'm one of the hosts of this English learning podcast, actually. We've been doing it for about 2 years now, and it's been a wild ride learning how to edit audio.
See, now I'm interested. Oh, you edit audio? What's that like? You've given me a hook. For me, the spark might be, which is why I started this podcast. I love seeing that light bulb moment when something clicks for a learner.
That's a great hook. So we have 1. Current context. 2. A detail or spark. Now, what about the past? A little background? This is where you can mention your hometown or what you studied, but briefly. Don't list every city you've ever lived in.
Yes. Step 3. Brief, relevant background. Connect it to your present. So I might say, I grew up in a small town in Canada, so I didn't always have access to great English resources, which is part of why this project means a lot to me.
Nice connection. For me, I studied linguistics in university, which is where I really got fascinated by how people learn languages, not just the grammar rules.
Okay, so we're flowing. Present, spark, past. To make it feel like a full, rounded introduction, we need a future or a personal interest, something that makes you outside of this context. Step 4, a personal touch.
This is my favorite part. This is where you become memorable. Outside of the podcast, I'm a huge board game nerd. I've got a shelf that's about to collapse. Or, I'm trying to learn how to bake sourdough bread with mixed success.
Very mixed. I've tasted it. I might say, And when I'm not planning episodes, you can usually find me hiking with my very lazy dog, Max. He's more of a sit and admire the view kind of hiker.
I love that. So let's put it all together. Emma, hit me with a full 30-second tell me about yourself for, let's say, a job interview for a teaching role.
Of course. Well, I'm Emma, and I'm currently an online English educator and podcast host, where I create content focused on practical conversation skills for beginners. I've always been passionate about making language learning accessible. That actually stems from growing up in a remote area where resources were limited. I pursued a degree in education to formalize that passion, and in my current work, I really pride myself on seeing my students gain confidence. Outside of work, I'm an avid hiker, which taught me a lot about patience and enjoying the journey, qualities I bring to my teaching. How was that?
Professional, structured, shows your journey, and ends with a human, relatable detail that's also a subtle soft skill.
Beautiful. Now, let's do a super casual one. A barbecue at a friend's house. Someone new. William, go.
Oh, hey, I'm William. I work on a podcast about learning English, which is kind of fun because I get to talk for a living. Before this, I was studying how languages work in uni, which is where I met our host, Sam, actually. When I'm not glued to a microphone, I'm usually trying to convince my friends to play these complicated board games I collect. I actually brought one today just in case.
See? Totally different vibe, same structure. Present, spark, talk for a living, brief past, uni, connection to host, personal, board games, and it's an invitation to interact. That flow felt so natural, didn't it? Because it followed a rhythm we can all learn. It wasn't just a list of facts. It was a mini-story.
Exactly. Let's break down why that worked so well and give you more simple examples you can borrow. Think of your introduction like a small, tasty sandwich. You need a good top slice, a filling, and a bottom slice.
I love that. Okay, so the top slice, your present. This is your right now. The simplest version is your name and your main role. But let's hear a few different ways to say it so you have options.
Sure, instead of just, I'm a student, you could say, I'm currently studying engineering at university. Or, these days, I'm focused on my studies in graphic design. At the moment, I work as a junior analyst at a tech company.
See how those are just a tiny bit more detailed and active? They open a door. Now, the filling, your spark or background. This is the flavor. This connects your right now to either your past or your passion. William, from our example, your spark was the why.
Right. I didn't just say I organize a meetup. I said, I love bringing people together to practice languages. It's how I learned Spanish myself. The spark was the passion and the personal experience. Here are other sparks you can use. The why spark, for an engineer, because I've always been fascinated by how things are built. The origin spark. I actually got into photography after my grandfather gave me his old camera. The fun fact spark. What's funny is, I never thought I'd work in marketing. I studied history.
Those are brilliant. They make you memorable. Now, the bottom slice, your personal touch. This is what makes you human and relatable. It doesn't have to be a huge hobby. It can be small.
And it's best if it's a little specific. Not just, I like movies, but I'm a huge fan of scientific fiction movies from the 80s. Or, I'm trying to watch all the films that won Best Picture. Let's build a few full sandwiches with different ingredients.
Okay, first example, the student. The top slice. Hi, I'm Marco. I'm currently in my final year studying computer science. The filling. I chose this field because I love solving puzzles and building things that help people. The bottom slice. When I'm not buried in code, you can usually find me playing football with friends or trying out new street food spots.
And the second example is the professional at a conference. The top slice. Hello, I'm Anya. I work as a sustainability consultant for green startups. The filling. My background is in environmental science, so I enjoy helping companies turn theory into practical action. The bottom slice. And to unwind from all that data, I'm an avid gardener. I have a balcony that's basically a mini urban jungle.
And for the third example, the casual setting at a friend's party, the top slice, hey, I'm Ben. I'm a friend of Lisa's from work. The filling, context spark, we actually bonded over our shared love of terrible reality TV shows during lunch breaks. The bottom slice. Besides that guilty pleasure, I spend most of my weekends hiking or trying to convince my cat to go for a walk on a leash, with very little success.
See? Each one has a structure, but they all sound completely different, natural, and friendly. They give the other person clear, easy places to jump in. Oh, you like sci-fi? Have you seen gardening? What do you grow? You have a cat on a leash? I need to see a picture.
The key is to avoid the robot list. Don't say, I am Marco. I am a student. I like computers. I like football. Connect your ideas with simple linking words we used. Because, so, actually, when I'm not, and to unwind.
Those little phrases are the glue that makes it a story, not a checklist. Let's practice that glue. I'll say a robot list, and you, Emma, make it flow.
Okay, hit me.
I am Sophie. I am a nurse. I like helping people. I like baking.
I'm Sophie. I work as a nurse, which I love because I really enjoy helping people feel better. When I'm not at the hospital, I channel that care into baking. I love making birthday cakes for my friends and family.
Perfect. You used which I love because, and when I'm not, instant upgrade. It sounds like a person talking.
So remember, you don't need to invent something extraordinary. You just need to package the ordinary in a way that's easy to listen to and easy to connect with. Present, spark, personal. Top slice, filling, bottom slice.
And with that, you've got a tool you can use anywhere. Tweak the ingredients for the situation, but the recipe stays the same.
We hope these examples give you the chance to explain yourself in a better and easy way and helps you to share a little piece of your story.
If this way of breaking it down resonated with you, let us know by liking this video. It helps us a lot.
And subscribe for more episodes where we make everyday English feel simple and doable. Next week, we're going deeper into talking about your free time, how to describe your hobbies with more detail and enthusiasm.
Until then, keep practicing those introductions. Try building your own sandwich today. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Thanks for learning with us. See you in the next video.